Empty soda cans, gum on the sidewalk, a pebble in the grass. It's debris, and it's everywhere. But you probably don't notice it until it starts to cause problems. Here on the ramp, you simply can't afford to ignore debris. In fact, your personal safety depends on it. Foreign object debris, or FOD as it's called, is trouble waiting to happen. Nuts and bolts sent flying at up to 200 miles per hour in the wake of an engine blast will do a lot more damage than a wad of gum on your shoe. Even the most harmless-looking object can become a hazard on the ramp. A protective earplug becomes a bullet with the power of a 747 behind it. How about this scene? Does it look familiar? Now your vacuum cleaner is broken, and you'll have to get it fixed. Inconvenient, maybe even a little costly. These jet engines are like vacuum cleaners too, except they have a lot more power and cost millions of dollars to fix. And when they stop working, there's more than a dirty rug to contend with. Containers of packages may have to wait. So FOD is more than dangerous. It can be costly and interfere with business too. Now in life, we know there are simple ways to avoid creating debris. Putting things in garbage cans, for example, or clearing the path before the mower. But we don't always think of these. What are the chances that you'll step in that gum, or actually break a window with that little pebble? A whole different attitude is required when you're working on the ramp. Planes take off every day. If there's FOD in the path of an engine blast, it can hurt someone. Those are the facts. And it doesn't matter if there are 5 planes or 50 planes, or whether they're big planes or small planes. FOD in an engine blast is dangerous. Now, just as there are easy ways to avoid debris in the outside world, there are easy ways to avoid FOD here. The big difference is that on the ramp, FOD removal is a critical issue, and it's everybody's business. We're all potential FOD makers, and everyone watching this video has the opportunity to put FOD in its place. So, we have 2 rules for FOD. 1, don't make it. And 2, when you see it, pick it up and throw it away. No matter who you are, no matter where you are. Where does all this FOD come from anyway? It could come from the parking lot. Maybe a soda can falls out of a car, rolls under a fence and onto the ramp. In the hub, debris of all kinds can slip out the doors onto the ramp, and it all too often does. So even if you're not working on the ramp, it's important to pick up potential FOD when you see it. On the ramp, just about anything can become FOD. Trash left in the bottom of a container, for example, or a supervisor's clipboard. You'd be amazed where a ballpoint pen can end up. And the drink bottle on the floor of a tug has many opportunities to become FOD. Mechanics working on the ramp should always keep their tools in check. And remember that anything tossed in the back of a pickup can become FOD if it's carried away by an engine blast. Imagine how dangerous a nut or bolt can be. So don't just toss it in the back of the truck, put it where it belongs. As we said earlier, FOD is everyone's job. So no matter what you do or where you think FOD comes from, you can pick it up and put it in its place. That's why there are FOD checks before takeoff and landing, and why there's a FOD bin near you on the ramp. If you find that there isn't a FOD bin or that yours is full, tell your supervisor. The entire crew, including the flight crew, should participate in FOD checks. That means if you're not clearing equipment, you should be checking the grounds for FOD. Don't create FOD and put it in its place when you see it. Those are our 2 basic FOD rules. So make sure you don't leave garbage anywhere it can be blown onto the ramp. Participate in FOD checks, and be responsible for all of the equipment you use. FOD costs the airline industry an estimated $800 million a year. UPS spent more than $3 million in 1996 alone, fixing engines damaged specifically due to FOD. That's a concern, a real business concern for UPS. But FOD is also a safety issue for all of us. Be part of the effort. Put FOD in its place. And remember, it's everybody's business.